Buddies, do you know that if you add some vegetable oil, just a little bit of vegetable oil into a pan or a saucepan, then you add a little bit of soy sauce into the same pot or saucepan, then you go in with these spices, cooking thyme, curry powder, onion, garlic, ginger powder, or you can use fresh ginger and fresh garlic, then add in some chicken seasoning or beef seasoning too. Go in with some rosemary, dry rosemary or fresh one, then go in with some turmeric powder and some red chili powder. Go in with a little bit of nutmeg powder and a little bit of salt. Okay, then you go in with some chopped onions. Go ahead and fry this on a very low heat. Okay, you need the heat to be very low. If your heat is too much, you can reduce it or you can switch it off. Then you go in with your minced beef and stir. Then you go in with some soy sauce. Here I use dark soy sauce. You can use light soy sauce, anyone, or you can use oyster sauce too. It was fine. Then you're going to stir, and once you stir for some time, you add in a little bit of water and then cover this water is going to moisten this beef and also help it to cook a bit. And you have to make sure that your water is almost dried before you go on to the next stage. Now you cover it a little and let it cook. At this point, you're going to introduce your vegetables. You have shredded carrots, chopped cabbage, green bell pepper, red bell pepper, and green beans. Okay, so you just add everything together and make sure you stir this on very low heat, like I said before. Okay, so you stir it until everything comes together. You don't want to overcook your vegetables, okay, because you are still going to fry them. At this point they are ready, or it is ready rather. So you're going to take it off from the heat to cool down. So while it's cooling down, you go ahead to make something for it. For the wrapping, you need 1 cup of all-purpose flour, 1 tablespoon of corn flour, half tablespoon of vegetable oil, half teaspoon of salt, and then 1 cup of water. So this 1 cup of water, you're going to add it just gradually, maybe half cup at a time, and then you add everything. And once you are done adding the last of the water, combine everything together just as you see in the video and whisk thoroughly so that everything becomes smooth. Once you achieve this consistency, you're going to cover this for at least 10 or 20 minutes depending on how you want it. Now before you start brushing on your non-stick pan, make sure that the pan is not too hot or it's not even hot. Okay, just place it on the heat a little, take it off and then brush it. Make sure you brush it lightly, then coat it the second time, okay, so that it will not be too light. And once it start peeling off from the edge, you're going to gradually pull it up, then turn it over a few seconds, turn it a few seconds, and then you take it off from the heat. Okay, like I said, if you want to make this thing easier for you, once your saucepan is hot and you want to brush it with this batter, it may not work fine for you. So all you need to do is take your pan off from the heat, brush it outside of the heat, then take it back on heat. Or you can switch off your heat completely, brush it like I did here, brush it, then light your gas again, or you switch on your heat again and then continue to dry it. Okay, now you don't want this thing to dry out so much. Once you see it just peeling off from the edge, take it off, turn it over, take it off again, turn it over, and then take it out from the heat. Now how do you make this? How do you keep this? As you are making them, you are keeping them on your kitchen towel, clean kitchen towel. Okay, and once you are done keeping them, you wrap it up. You have to wrap it up. Okay, make sure that the faces, those dry faces, are the one facing each other. Or if you don't want them to stick together, once you put the first one, just sprinkle a little bit of flour, or maybe find something like a non-stick paper or foil paper in between them. Okay, and make sure you wrap it as you saw me do, and keep it for like 1 hour or 2 hours or even overnight before you start using it. Now this is the first step on how you can wrap your samosas. Yes, we are making samosas, guys. So you saw how I just did it. You just cut it into two halves, and then wrap up the other side and put in your filling just this way, and then use your flour paste. You're going to mix a little bit of flour with a little bit of water. Use it to apply on the other side, and then you fold it over just like that. Make sure that if there is any opening on any side, make sure that you close all openings. That is how to wrap your samosas. Now that is the first way. Now the second step on how you can wrap your samosas, this one is if you're making smaller samosas, like you want them to come out small. Okay, now you're going to cut your samosa wrap into 4 equal parts. Now take one of the parts and follow the step you see in the video. Okay, turn this way, turn this other side this way. Then you're going to apply your flour paste on that side, on top of that side, just as you see in the video. Now once you apply it on that side, bring the other side over, and then make sure that the opening at that point is closed. Okay, now once you are done, the opening you have now, you're going to put in your filling into that space. And then once you don't put it in your filling, make sure you don't overfill it so it doesn't tear. Okay, then you apply your flour paste on the other side, and then you put it over and you clock it. So once you're done sealing it or wrapping it like that, it's done. You are ready. Now another way you can also use this way is when you are making maybe bigger size of samosas. This is the way you use. Okay, I think this is also the simplest way to use for your samosas. Just cut it into 2 equal halves, then take one half and follow the step as you see in the video, and then you have your opening. Into this opening you're going to be filling or putting in your filling. Okay, so once you don't put in your filling, fold in one side, let one side fold inside, go inside, then apply your flour paste, and then bring the other side to the other side, and then you wrap it up. Okay, now once you're done wrapping it up, that's it. And then you have this. So next you are ready to fry. Put your vegetable oil on heat and make sure that your oil has heated up to medium heat. Okay, then you start frying. Please don't fry on high heat. If your heat is too much, then you gradually reduce this and then fry and continue frying. Make sure that you fry on medium to low heat. You don't want the heat to be too high, so it not turn out puffy and it not come out crunchy. Okay, so you keep on stirring it up and down until they turn light golden brown. Take them out from the oil. Yes, take them out from the oil and then go in with the next batch. If you're for the next batch, make sure that you reduce the heat very well. Okay, or you allow your oil to cool down a bit before you start. If not, it's going to puff up. You're going to have a lot of puffy skin on it. You can see very crunchy and crispy on the outside and very delicious. So I hope you'll be trying out this samosa recipe. See you in the next one.